Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. If you look at last 24 hours, right here, wrecked. You got 531 million wrecked. The funny thing is, you would figure it's all the longs, but no, even the short side got wrecked too. This 530, again, these days, when we have these shakeouts, you only have to look at one place. It's really due to one reason. We don't have any major big sellers. We don't have anything fundamentally that changed. BlackRock isn't selling, okay? And we're not seeing Sailor selling. We're not seeing any of these big guys selling. So nothing has fundamentally changed other than clearing out liquidity, like always. So you can see within the last 12 hours what happened. A lot of longs got liquidated, clearing out the longs. There are a lot of longs out there, a ton. And there's actually more proof of how much there is. I'll get to that in a little bit, but this is the reason. You have these liquidity grabs, you clear out the table, so to speak, and then you start over, and then you go in the other direction. That's just how it works now. So there are a lot more people that are long these days. There are a lot more people that stack up. It's actually quite crazy. So CoinGlass also has this. If you look at the liquidation map, and basically where the current price is, all the shorts and longs. What's crazy is this shows you the leverage that people are using. Okay, not the 3 to 5x, which can be dangerous already, but this is showing the 10x, 25x, 50x, and 100x. In fact, most of the volume that you see is with 100x leverage. That's the crazy thing. You could see to the downside, all this orange right here are 100x shorts. There's a lot of them. If we just simply, we go up a little bit, that's a lot of 100x shorts waiting to be liquidated. Now, on the long side, there are a lot of 100x's, but there's also a ton of 50x's. This is the reason why we have all these moves, because there are a ton of traders, which is fine, but extremely risky leverage is opened right now. I mean, we're not talking about 3 to 5x. We're talking about 50 to 100x leverage, which is insane. Insane. And then if you want to see the breakdown of longs versus shorts, this is what it looks like. Definitely a lot more people on the long side than on the short side. Yeah, so that's what's happening, right? We clear out leverage. We clear out the landscape, and then we move forward. So now that we've gone to the bottom, although there could be more if the market makers did want to make some moves to the downside, there's a little bit more. Here's the level at 114.5 and then 114.2. You know, we could go down all the way to even here, 112, if we had enough sell volume to drive us further. But if we're going back to the upside, you can see how we have all this right here, all the shorts waiting to be liquidated until we get back to 120. So that's what's happening right now, right? That's exactly what's happening right now. It's not a surprise. However, if you're just a spot trader or a spot holder, you don't have to worry about any of this. But this is the reason why we're seeing what we're seeing now, okay? We have a lot of leverage, and the market makers like Binance and Bybit and OKX, they're doing what they can to clear out the liquidity and actually stay afloat, because when too many people make money, they're just losing money. That's exactly what's happening. But you know what? The long-term holders, the new institutions, the new private companies or public companies that are coming in, they don't deal with any of that. They continue to just buy. It's really that simple. Okay. Yesterday, you would have figured yesterday we had an outflow day, but no, we actually had an inflow day, 226 million. BlackRock is buying again, or not again. They have been buying for a long time, but Fidelity, I should say, is buying again. Yesterday was actually an inflow day, even though Bitcoin's price went down. Goes to show you a lot of these guys are loading up behind the scenes. When others are panicking, what they do is buy. Bitcoin corporate holdings surged 35% in 1 quarter. No surprise, every single day there seems to be some existing company or new company that's buying more. And that's really it. It's not going to stop. And that's why that massive short squeeze, okay, is in the works. Because you just got endless buying, okay? These big boys are going to continue to buy, and removing all that Bitcoin from circulation. It has the effect. It may be slow, but over a long haul, this is why Bitcoin continues to go upwards and upwards and upwards, especially this cycle. And this cycle has been very, very tame indeed compared to previous cycles because of all these big boys buying up. So don't let a little bit of volatility scare you out, because that's what these whales and market makers want you to do. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Now, what's encouraging, like what I said at the beginning, here's why Bitcoin's drop may be the start of alt season. Well, I mean, I argue it started last week already, but here's the thing. ETH is holding better than Bitcoin right now. And because of it, I mean, quite honestly, like Sol and Sui, I mean, Sui held very well too. A lot of these guys, look at, are in green. Like Ethnia is up 18% today. Uniswap hardly dipped at all. In fact, they're in the green right now. A lot of alts are not going down, or not going down nearly as much as they would even like a month ago or 2 months ago or last year. And Bitcoin dominance is actually going back down. Recently, there was a big dip. We climbed back up to about 62.5%, and now we're back down to 61%, over a percent drop within days. So that's pretty encouraging. So altcoin season, I mean, altcoin season doesn't mean that things just go up linearly to the moon. There will still be up and downs, but overall, it's showing that the strength of the alts are actually increasing. And it's probably due to the institutions too, like BlackRock. BlackRock's Ethereum ETF now has become the third fastest to hit 10 billion. Number one, of course, is Bitcoin. I don't know who number two is. But recently, I've been showing you guys how the ETF inflows have been massive. And even yesterday, even though BlackRock did not accumulate anything yesterday, but who's number two here? Fidelity purchased 210 million, and overall the inflow day 231. If you're keeping track, that is higher than Bitcoin's inflow, and it has been higher for basically entire week. So this is probably the reason why. Tom Lee's Bitmine, now the largest corporate Ethereum treasury with 2.1 billion in ETH. He is basically following Saylor. He's doing whatever he can on ETH, which is noble. Peter Thiel also has a 9% stake in this company. There are a lot of institutions jumping in right now. So that may be the reason why altcoin season is here.